It's been a while since we've spoken about Octopath Traveler 0, but we have so much new news to go over, from our big bad of the game to new travelers we can meet across the way and some really cool gameplay mechanics that really get me excited for this over 100-hour game in Octopath Traveler 0. So I'm hoping you can join me today for this one. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. If you want to support the channel, please hit the like button. It really helps out. And if you want to stick around for some more Octopath Traveler content, you're already in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button. Now, some of you may have never played an Octopath Traveler game, and Octopath Traveler 0 might be your first. But if you do want to go back and play the previous Octopath Traveler games, I've got you covered thanks to our partners at Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a website where you can get Steam games at incredible prices. There's many RPGs and everything else in between. All you got to do is use my link down below. But not only that, I have a giveaway. We do this every month to win anything off the Instant Gaming website. Again, go to the link down below for the giveaway, hit the orange participate button, and then you're in for a chance to win. Not only will you be saving money, you'll also be supporting the channel. So thanks to Instant Gaming, and let's carry on talking about Octopath Traveler 0. So our big bad has been revealed. It is the master of all, Pardis III, the absolute monarch who rules the kingdom of Adorus with wealth, power, and fame all at his command. His inestimable greed knows no bounds, and he initiates an invasion to seize Ostera in its entirety. So he is the big bad of the game. He is the be-all, end-all, and he does look quite menacing. Very interested to see what he brings to the table. Combined with the voice acting and storytelling, I think we're in for a good time here. But to go up against this master of all, we need travelers, and we have more travelers that have been revealed, starting with Pius. This is going to be our cleric. Pius is a bishop of the Order of the Sacred Flame, a distant relative of the protagonist's mother who showed him great kindness when he was a child. He now hopes to return the favor. And just looking at this description gives me hope, because when you dive into a game where you create the character, you give the name, the background, I think favorite food and job here in Octopath Traveler 0, you think that all the characters you're going to meet along the way are just going to be there for the gameplay and not really tied into the story. Looking at this gives me hope that all these travelers that we meet across the way are going to have some kind of impact, and just gets me very excited for how this story is going to be told. We know it's going to be good because they are taking from the mobile game, including English voice acting, and the previous Octopath Traveler games have had fantastic English voiceovers. I'm ready for this one. But of course, these travelers come with ultimate techniques. These are techniques that are exclusive to Octopath Traveler 0, and they bring something unique to the table. And Pius's technique here is Scales of Justice. This lowers physical and elemental damage to all foes and raises physical and elemental damage of all allies for several turns. So that's quite a nice one. I always like any kind of technique that boosts attack all around, and the fact that it lowers the enemies is a win-win. Now, the next traveler we meet across the way, I needed just a little bit of help trying to pronounce here, and I believe the pronunciation is Sosha. This is our dancer of Octopath Traveler 0. They're a traveling dancer who has unique artistic tastes. She possesses an extraordinary vocal talent and seeks a partner who shares her sensibilities and can join her on stage. Her ultimate technique that she's bringing to the table here is Ruinous Aria. This grants an ally the ability to exploit weaknesses regardless of weak points for several turns. Now, whether this reveals a weak point as we use the attack, or it just treats any attack as a attack that they are weak to, we don't know, but it's a nice ability nonetheless. If you're struggling to find a weakness, I think this is a definite go-to technique to use. Another traveler we come across is Carinda. This is our merchant. They grew up in a small village on the outskirts of the Riverlands. She worms her way into the people's hearts with her warmth and friendliness, and uses her great business sense to ensure she never misses an opportunity to make some leaves. Her ultimate technique is Trick of the Trade. This raises physical attack for all allies for several turns and grants them the ability to dodge physical attacks one time. Now, my favorite merchant of all time in the Octopath Traveler series, not that there's many to pick from, is of course Partitio. If you want to show some Partitio love, let us know in the comments. But another merchant with a nice little technique. We shall see how it all goes down. And the last traveler here for today's video we're going to be going over is Zerk. This is our scholar. This is a scholar who researches soul stones and is regarded as an eccentric within academic circles. His talented assistant is attempting to gather funds so he can study a gargantuan soul stone. Zerk's ultimate technique is Soul Stone's Might, and this deals fire, ice, lightning, wind, light, and dark damage to all foes 1 time each. So this is a great way to exploit any elemental damage for any of the enemies you may be going against, which in my book is quite a nice ability to have. So now we're moving on to some of the news that I'm pretty excited about because of these new additions. Of course, I'm a sucker for the town building. As soon as I seen town building, I was like, oh, I'm going to get lost in here. But now, what have they gone and announced? They've gone and announced that we can build a monster arena of which we can contribute in. So essentially what it looks like here, we have to complete capture requests, which may relate to one of the jobs in Octopath Traveler 0, and then we have to win those matches to earn various rewards. I can't believe that they're adding a monster arena with this already packed game, so I'm really excited to see what kind of rewards and things are going to be offered in this. Also, I'm going to have a tough time deciding where I'm going to be placing this in the village. And then it doesn't even stop there. We have the ability to build a museum. Relish in the music obtained from music scores throughout our journey, which is crazy. There's collectible music scores that we can find. I know they did something very similar in Octopath Traveler 2. We can also revisit our adventurous memories through journals and proudly display treasures of legend, rumored to lie dormant in locations still undiscovered. We can also change Wishvale's background music from the scores that we've collected. So let's rewind a little bit. We can build a museum. This reminds me of Animal Crossing, especially the most recent one, New Horizons, where you build the museum and then you just invest so much time in filling it out and go in and just kind of reminisce of like, oh, I remember when I got that. And like, hey, look what I've got here. It's a nice way to show things that you've collected along the way and really show off what you've done throughout your adventure. And there's going to be a lot of completionist things to do here with the monster arena and all the things that we can fill out in the museum. Gets me really excited. It's a massive distraction, I know, from the main story, which is going to be incredible in itself. But the fact that we have all this here, and I believe that we're still not scratching the surface with some of the stuff. All the travelers have not been revealed. I'm sure there's probably even more things that we can build in the town of Wishvale, and I could not be any more excited. It's one of my most anticipated games after Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. I'm loving these HD 2D games at the moment. Of course, we've got the Adventures of Elliot next year as well. So we are absolutely eating right now. Let me know in the comment section below if you are excited for Octopath Traveler 0. I know it started off with a bit of confusion, everyone thinking it was just a port of the mobile game, but this looks to be much, much more with over 100 hours of content. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to visit Instant Gaming if you want to get games at incredible prices. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.